Good morning. Hi. I just wanted to pop on here real quick. I said I would give you any updates on the Gabrielle Petito missing case. And you guys know I don't do um, a true crime stuff, but when it comes to missing children, missing women, anyone missing, I don't know, this case has really like touched me for some reason. It's a very odd case, that's for sure. So I'm just going to give you, I'm sure you've seen some updates. More and more people are coming out talking about it. So the police in Florida have new information on the disappearance of Gabby. On today, Wednesday, the Northport Police Department announced they were treating Miss Petito's fiance as a person of interest. So they have come out and said he's a person of interest. Well, of course, he comes home without her and keeps the van at his house. It was her van. Now, something I learned that I didn't know before is they lived together at his parents' home. So just little bits and pieces of information are coming out. We know that the last time Gabby's mother spoke with her was on August 30th, which was through text messaging. She believes now that that was not her daughter, that she was messaging with. Oh, I'm sorry about that noise. I don't know why the USB keeps making that noise. So she said she's not even sure that was Gabby, she doesn't believe it was Gabby. Before that, they had video chatted on August 23rd or 24th, her mom said. And she said it was normal for them to video chat multiple times per week. So the text on August 30th, because they hadn't video chatted, that's what's leading her to believe that that was not her. Now, we did go on the last video I did, the live video. I just kind of started going down this rabbit hole and looked into the Spotify. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So there was the mother of Gabby has refused to disclose the content of the texts, but she knows they weren't from her daughter. Brian, we know, returned home September 1st. And then 10 days later, they reported her parents reported her missing. Then, somebody in the last video we did, told us about the Facebook group. And there's a screenshot in the Facebook group from the uncle of Gabby. And I guess there was a domestic reported on 8/12. Brian went to Florida from 8/17 to 8/23. Left hotel in Salt Lake City 8/24. In Grand Teton 8/25. Told a friend through Snapchat 8/27 that she is heading to Yellowstone. Now that was a post from her uncle that was handwritten, but now we know he must have got the dates wrong. Because we found out he came back September 1st. It's so confusing. This is not making any sense. And then the last text on 8/30 saying no service in Yosemite. Was it her? Gabby was last seen checking out of that hotel on 8/24. The manager at Fairfield was less than helpful, claiming to know nothing about Gabby. So on Spotify, when Brian came back from by himself and didn't say anything, I'm sure he told his parents everything. That's what I think. I think his parents know everything. And they're refusing to talk. But he did make a statement. I guess I'm going to watch. I'm going to show you guys a couple articles, and then there was a little press conference. So one of the songs, you know how we were talking about how creepy they are? Creepy. The guy's kind of creepy. Take My Hand is one of the songs, and it's about picking up a stranger at a bar. And that was uploaded after he got back. And then the other one is just something about the badger wake. It's about a badger decomposing underground. Just some weird stuff. Oh, hold on. I don't want it to play yet. I hope you'll be able to hear. Hold on.
Here's your new backyard.
Welcome home. Take off your blindfolds and open your eyes.
The hottest series, the biggest reveals.
Pause. Sorry, guys. I don't know. These are just automatically starting to. So let me get to the some of the articles. Let me go to the press conference first, if I can find that one. I think it's right here. I think that this is the one. Okay. I'm sorry you have to hear the ads.
Is this the same house?
And show-stopping drama.
Why is he a person of interest today and not yesterday?
Well, yesterday we were not the lead agency in this case, so as things have evolved, I think we're now at a comfortable level. I think there are things that we know in this investigation.
Hold on a second. Might help if I share the screen, huh? Bella, I tell ya. Okay, we're gonna do I believe it's this one. Okay. Yes. Okay. So you guys should be able to see this, correct? Hold on. Lord have mercy. Okay. Here we go. Stop with the. I cannot stand the ads.
Why is he a person of interest today and not yesterday?
Well, yesterday we were not the lead agency in this case, so as things have evolved, I think we're now at a comfortable level. I think there are things that we know in this investigation that we're trying not to release. I know you guys are all doing your best to get some of that info, but we really think for the integrity of this investigation that it's important that we not release everything we know when we know it.
And what is the reason for naming him? Why did you guys take over as lead agency?
It just made more sense. The family, first of all, the agency in Suffolk County has been fantastic. No issues there. This was just a situation where that happened to be where the family reported Gabby missing, and the fact that the van is here and these that are surrounded in this case are Northport residents, so it just made more sense. We definitely processed that vehicle yesterday with the FBI. Certainly, there was some material in there that we'll be going through. I don't know that we're at a situation of releasing all of those details. I think everybody in this country apparently is concerned for Gabby's well-being. We certainly have had an abundance of media attention from across this country, every major news network. I mean, it's not too often we have 15, 20 cameras and reporters sitting out in front of the Northport Police Department. So, yes, I think the answer is we are concerned, and we're working as quick as we can to get a
You guys, I am so happy that this is getting out there. I mean, it's getting a lot of attention. Thank the Lord.
resolution to that.
Josh, how concerning is it that there were 10 days where he was hearing and didn't say anything?
Yeah, I think we can all make come up with an idea of what that means. I don't know that we're at the point of solidifying anything. We don't know what Brian knows. I mean, that's the bottom line. And we're hopeful to talk to him. He needs to talk to us. We need to know exactly where he was, where she was, their last locations. In that, the fact that he was back here for 10 days, there was, again, the family reported her missing 10 days later. Let's spread it around. Yes. There is currently no search warrant on the home of Brian's parents.
Which there should be.
Correct. The vehicle was found at Brian's parents' home where Brian and Gabby reside. I don't know. It's minute by minute. At the moment, no, I do not.
And Josh, why was he named a person of interest? Why did you come to that conclusion?
I think most people would come to that conclusion in this case. He was the last known person that we have information with around her.
Guys, what do you think?
Define person of interest is up to you.
What do you think? Would you think somebody might be a person of interest if your daughter or somebody was off on a road trip with them and nobody's seen or heard from the missing person? I mean, we could take it back to August 25th. If those text messages on August 30th were not from Gabby to her mom, well, no, they saw her leaving the hotel on August 24th. Okay, so, well, yeah, it could be from August 25th to the 30th, anytime in between there, and the person comes home, doesn't report anything, has her car, says nothing to anybody, and then when investigators come to his house to just talk to him, to speak with him, they get handed papers to contact his lawyer. I would say would be a person of interest. I mean, I don't know.
But certainly we are interested in talking with him.
What does not cooperating look like?
One at a time. Who's gone? You've gone.
What does the non-cooperating look like? What was he?
Okay, so here's the situation that happened. We went to the door Saturday night. We asked to speak with Brian and his family, and we were essentially handed the information for their attorney. That is the extent of our conversation with them. It's my understanding we have had some conversations with his attorney, but certainly nothing to the level of providing us the details that we would like.
How are you planning on getting those details?
Well, look, we all have rights in this country. We all have the Fifth Amendment right. We're hoping that people just do the right thing.
What's about the details that you saw that's alleged response from the Galapagos Department?
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of information on that. I know that there was an incident in Utah prior to this. That could potentially be some information we'll have later today. Again, I don't know.
Another incident in Utah where 2 women were killed that were also living
I've heard that theory. I am unaware of us linking that at this point to that.
And what extent of information has the lawyer provided to you?
I don't have those details.
Josh, yesterday you said you guys were sifting through data and trying to find really a timeline. Have you guys been able to find her cell phone?
That is something that we are wanting to locate for sure. We've got detectives working around the clock with the FBI, using every technological resource known to man. I don't know if that answered your question.
Neighbor or detectives were going door to door talking to the neighbors yesterday. Are you able to share what happened?
That was because of you guys. The neighbors have certainly been inundated by the media. I think that they have had numerous people knock on their door and drive in their yard. So I respectfully ask you to. I understand you have a job to do, and we certainly respect that. But obviously, people there are being impacted.
Trying to find
Anybody
this.
out there that may have seen Gabby and Brian, what would you say to them if they have information?
Sure. Well, we now have this new tip line that we're just want everything to funnel through. So 1-800-CALL-FBI. That's what we're hoping for. That will really help us streamline things. I know in the past we've had some FBI connection and a Suffolk County Police Department connection, but now we're really hoping to use this one particular tip line. The FBI can help us vet. As you can imagine, we get a lot of goofy phone calls and stuff like that that really aren't helpful, that really send us down some rabbit holes that are just a waste of our time. So I really hope that if you have something viable, to reach out to us.
Yes, not a bunch of
I'm unaware of that.
waste their
And is
time.
there anything our office can do to force him to talk? Like, is it taking an arrest warrant, taking him into custody? Are you close to that?
I think we're just pleading with him at this point to please.
Why should you have
we
to
need
see?
to understand those details? They put out a release yesterday saying they remain in the background. That is not good enough. We need the details.
Do you plan to escalate those requests?
As far as doing what? I mean, we all have the Fifth Amendment right in this country not to speak. Anything under the law that we are capable and able to do to
Is
try
there
to get information, whether it be through Brian or anyone else, we will do.
I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find his. I'm wondering if it's taken down. Their podcast that they had. Now it's not up. Weird. Couldn't find it.
Brian allowed to drive the vehicle forensic.
Getting two at one time. Yes, ma'am.
Is Wyoming still the last known location?
I thought I started following him.
We do not have a search that we've organized in Wyoming. It is my understanding that the family themselves from New York has flown to Wyoming. I cannot confirm that they're doing their own search. I have heard that. I believe that to be true, but I cannot confirm that.
And the FBI,
Well, 1 second. We got this. Yes, ma'am.
like Brian legally allowed to drive the van, was he co-owner or insured any information?
The van is in her name. So as far as insurance-wise, that has not been a conversation that I've had. Certainly, the fact that it was in her possession. I mean, I don't know that any of us are currently worried about a stolen vehicle charge. We're trying to get to
That's weird.
the bottom of this.
Every.
FBI joined that search.
I do not have knowledge of that, ma'am.
How does everybody feel about the investigation right now? Any closer than you were yesterday? It's only been 24 hours.
Okay,
Right.
these are the
I
songs.
think with every minute, more details come in, more things are worked on. I can tell you right now, we do not have, a definitive answer here. But they are working on it. I think every day, some of this technology takes time. I think some requests through, whether it be bank statements or app usage or whatever, some of those issues take time. Thankfully, the FBI is helpful for us in this and probably speeding some of that up.
At this point of the investigation, is the report to be still hopeful that there could be a copy out for you?
Absolutely. We have to do that for ourselves, but more importantly for the family. We want them to understand that if she's out there, we're doing everything in our power to bring her home. But obviously, we have a role to plan for the worst.
Guy's weird.
And Josh, do you have any leads related to the evidence of the van? And do you have anything
Yeah, I mean, that van
This
was
is-
processed less than 12 hours ago as far as with the FBI.
I'm hoping when he says, hopefully, I think it's this interview, I can't even think today. Sorry. I hope it's this news conference, this press briefing, whatever. What he says, I think it's in this one. It might lead to something, hopefully. Hopefully, let's pray.
Inside, we did a cursory search of it on the outside when we initially got that van on Saturday, but wanting to make sure, you only get one shot at some of these things. So we handled it professionally and appropriately. So certainly not to the level of we're ready to come out here and speak with you all on it.
But
And is part of the investigation including pulling highway cameras, things like that?
Absolutely. Yep, we'll use everything. Tolls, highway cameras, gas station surveillance cameras, tips, cell phone usage, financials, whatever.
And anything to report from those cameras? Like when he was driving?
I can tell you that we have received some video footage from different times. Whether that is helpful, I don't know.
Can you share what those times were?
I cannot.
And to be clear, it was Suffolk PD who was the lead investigator before?
The Suffolk County Police Department, yes. And again, I want to be clear, and this isn't necessarily important for your story, but this was not a matter of taking over control. This was just what made sense.
Josh, the Instagram account, Gabby's Instagram account has been restored.
the Instagram account, remember we went through the Instagram account? Well, I don't know. Maybe people may be watching this that didn't watch our prior live, but I did post did a live a few days back, and we went through their Spotify, Brian's Instagram, Gabby's Instagram. I mean, and I guess Gabby's Instagram had gone down for 4 hours, but I guess it's back up and everything's fine.
I can tell you that we were initially made aware of that by the media this morning. And we're looking into that. That was, to my knowledge, that was not something that we have done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
And his attorney, is he based on Long Island in New York?
He is.
He is. No local counsel has been, to your knowledge?
Correct. We've been provided one name and one phone number.
Are any of your detectives in New York?
Not to my knowledge. Okay? All right, thank you, everybody.
Well, I wanted
really
to see if there was a part.
Video footage from different times, whether that is helpful.
He did say.
But obviously, we have a role to plan for the worst.
And Josh, do you have any leads related to the evidence of the van? And do you have anything on play?
Yeah, I mean, that van was processed less than 12 hours ago as far as with the FBI. The inside, we did a cursory search of it on the outside when we initially got that van on Saturday, but wanting to make sure, you only get one shot at some of these things.
Okay, so it must have
we
been.
handled it professionally and appropriately. So certainly not to the level of we're ready to come out here and speak with you all on it.
Okay, so it must have been a different interview that I listened to, you guys. It must have been a different interview because the one I listened to earlier, I must have grabbed the wrong one. But he said there was something in the van that, pretty much there was something in the van that could possibly lead to something. So he didn't say it exactly like that, but kind of. Okay. It stopped sharing. So I guess they did get something out of Brian. Let's see. This is Gabby's parents. Okay, no, don't play, please. Okay. This here, Florida. Stop it. The Florida man sought for questioning in the mysterious disappearance of Gabby Petito broke his silence Tuesday, saying it's, quote, an extremely difficult time, end quote, for both families. Quote, I understand that a search has been organized for Miss Petito in or near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming, end quote. Brian Laundrie said in a statement. I understand. All right. On behalf of the Laundrie family, it is our hope that the search for Miss Petito is successful and that Miss Petito is reunited with her family, said the statement issued through an attorney. On the advice of counsel, the Laundrie family is remaining in the background at this juncture and will have no further comment. Laundrie retained a lawyer and has refused to cooperate with police since returning to his Northport home on Friday without Petito, 22, with whom he had been on a cross-country trip. Petito, originally from Long Island, left on a trip with Laundrie in July and was last heard from late last month. And there's his, they're walking to his home, I guess. And then this week, Laundrie's parents also turned away cops at the home, while police were spotted leaving a pink envelope at the home on Tuesday. We talked to the parents who did not make him available, Northport City spokesman Josh Taylor told the Post. On Tuesday, his mom and dad were seen returning to the Wabasso Avenue house, still mum about the case. I mean, why would you not, honestly, as a parent, why would you not encourage your child to do the right thing? I mean, I understand, fine, get yourself an attorney. That's a smart thing to do. But why would you, if you were so innocent in all of it, why would you not get yourself an attorney, but also come and speak out, speak to the parents, let them know what happened to their daughter? Are you like this case? It just, I'm getting a heavy chest just talking about it. That's why I don't do this. This is why I don't do true crime type stuff. Missing, I hate it. I get too involved. I think about it. It consumes me. And, sorry. It's not about me. I'm just saying this is why it's hard for me to do these kinds of topics. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's go to this one. Oh, hold on. I need to share screen again. My bad. Sorry, guys. And I figured I would do an upload instead of, doing a live because me, I get so distracted. That's me. Okay. Utah police called to incident involving Gabby Petito. Brian Laundrie 2 weeks before missing report. Okay. Maybe this was the one I saw. No.
Because injuries to muscles and ligaments don't show up on an x-ray, the insurance companies will use it as an excuse not to pay. But we work with doctors who can see what x-rays can't, giving you a case insurance companies can't ignore.
Did I just
Farah and Farah, here for you, here for good.
We do have some new developments tonight in the search for Gabrielle Petito. Fox News has confirmed that the police in Utah were called to an incident involving Gabby and her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, some 2 weeks before she was last seen. Moab chief of police tells Fox News that somebody called about an incident between the two on August 12th. They investigated and they didn't think there was enough evidence for criminal charges. Police are not releasing any more details about that incident in mid-August. Now, Fox 13's Axel Bank has the latest on the local investigation and the dueling statements from Gabby's family and Laundrie's lawyer.
The two families have released dueling statements, with the boyfriend's family saying that a search is being prepared in the Grand Tetons and that they hope she is returned to her family soon. Her family says that may depend on what the boyfriend is willing to say. While Gabrielle Petito's colorful Instagram and YouTube posts are being dissected by police,
Hello, and good morning.
her family asked this in black and white. How does boyfriend Brian Laundrie stay in the background when he is the one person who knows where Gabrielle is located?
Unless you're the parent, you just can't describe how that feeling is because you've never felt it before. And I pray that no one ever feels it again.
They were reacting to this statement from Laundrie's attorney that says it is their understanding a search has been organized in or near the Grand Tetons, and that on behalf of the Laundrie family, it is our hope it is successful and that she is reunited with her family. Police towed the van they were in from a home owned by Laundrie's family in Northport this weekend. Brian was at home, but police say refused to talk. Police were back in the neighborhood today, but didn't go into the Laundrie's house.
You had someone who was in constant communication with their family on a pretty regular basis, and then all of a sudden nothing. And then all of a sudden the person she was traveling with is back here. She's not here.
Right.
That person's unwilling to talk with us to this point.
Gabby's family says they want immediate answers to where he last saw her and why he apparently left her all alone. They say he had referred to her as the love of his life.
What we need is to bring Gabby home and find her. So please, everyone, if you can look at the picture, memorize her face, and just keep a lookout and let us know if you see anything.
Gabby's family says they implore him to at least say if they are looking in the right area. Right now, Northport police say they do know more than they're able to say publicly, but that's to protect the integrity of the investigation. Right now, Northport police say they have no evidence that a crime has been committed. Evan Axelbank, Fox 13 News.
I mean, okay. So that's that. So there was, domestic something going on to where there was domestic something going on, right? To where they had to be called, correct? So you guys, it's just, I hope she's found and brought home and she's safe. Even if, the reason that leads me to believe that he possibly did something is because, like her mom's stated, they talked a few times a week. So I'm sure if she was in trouble and could reach out, she would have called her parents or somebody. So that's what gives me an awful feeling about this. Okay, let's go to the next. That's just what gives me an awful feeling about this, you guys. Okay. Okay, so the North Point police released photos of the van Gabrielle Petito drove during their cross-country road trip. So these are just some Desert Cosmic sticker. Bunger. Okay, that's the Bunger. Hold on a second. Let me see something. Is that what? Hold on a second. Okay, that's Badger. Never mind. Bunger. I was thinking of that song Badger is about decomposing body underground. Like, that's really some dark music, I tell you. Protect the national parks. Great Day Woods. So stickers on the back of the van used by Gabrielle and her fiance Brian. Mr. Laundrie returned from the trip without Miss Petito, prompting a police search. Okay, so here's the van. So they got the van and they were able to go through it. Police said Mr. Laundrie has not made himself available to investigators. We know Brian returned here to North Point on September 1st, 10 days before her family reported her missing on September 11th. Gabrielle's Instagram account mysteriously went dark before it was reactivated on Wednesday. The family's attorney told WABC TV they had no idea who deleted Gabby's Instagram account. We contacted Instagram and the FBI to let them know that it was deleted. Craig Grazios, September 15th, 2021. Timeline of Petito's disappearance. Okay, so July 2nd, 2021, Gabrielle and her fiance, Brian, leave New York on a cross-country trip in a camper van. July 5th, the couple stops at Monument Rocks in Kansas. August 24th, Miss Petito is last seen with checking out of a Salt Lake City hotel with Mr. Laundrie. August 25th, Miss Petito's mother, Nicole Schmidt, video chats with her daughter for the last time via phone. Miss Petito reveals she is in Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. So between August 25th and August 30th, there's no conversation. And then there's a text message, August 30th. Miss Schmidt receives a text purportedly from Miss Petito. Miss Smith says she is unsure if the text was actually from her daughter. So anything could have happened. Sorry, my volume is probably up. I'm Italian. I speak loud anyways. Okay, so I probably should turn this down. Anything could have happened between August 25th and August 30th. My chest. September 11th. Miss Petito's parents report her missing. Craig Grazios, September 15th. Police called to incident. Craig Grazios, September 15th. Well, this isn't the same. What? Okay, so I don't know what this is, September 15th. Police called to incident involving Petito in Ohio. Police in Moab, Utah, reported that they responded to an incident involving Gabrielle Petito and her fiance, Brian Laundrie, on August 12th. The police did not go into detail regarding the circumstances of the call. Our officers did respond to an incident involving Brian and Gabrielle on August 12th. However, neither Brian or Gabrielle were the reporting party. Officers conducted an investigation and determined that insufficient evidence existed to justify criminal charges. And then it talks about her YouTube. Her father pleads for her safe return, the safe return of his daughter. He says, it's a feeling you can't describe. That's the thing. You can empathize. I'm sure you can sympathize. I am sure you can understand how it feels, but you can't describe how it feels unless you're in it, unless you're the parent, Mr. Petito said. And there's Gabby. So if anybody wants to go back and look up these articles, you're more than welcome. Let me go to the next one. Okay, this one. Boyfriend Brian Laundrie named person of interest as he avoids FBI interviews. There's the schmuck right there. I think he has issues, you guys. Developments in their search with Nicole Schmidt spoke with her daughter. Okay, that's all. And this is Laundrie's family says it will remain in the background of search for Gabrielle. In a statement issued through an attorney, the family of Brian Laundrie, the fiance of Gabrielle Petito, and the last known person to see her said they will remain in the background of the search effort. Mr. Petito's family issued a statement in response, frustrated that Mr. Laundrie was refusing to cooperate with authorities. The Schmidt and Petito family are going through the worst moments of their lives. Their beautiful 22-year-old daughter is missing, and the one person that can help find Gabby refuses to help, their statement said. Mr. Laundrie has been named a person of interest in Miss Petito's case by the Northport Police Department. Gabrielle Petito's father slams fiance's statement. Joe Petito, Gabrielle Petito's father, appeared on Fox News to discuss his daughter's disappearance and react to the statement put out by her fiancé, Brian Laundrie. Quote, "That wasn't a statement. I'm sorry, that's not a statement," Mr. Petito told Fox News. Forget Brian. Brian's home safe. His parents, yeah, it's hard for them. Bull, SHIT. You know what? My daughter is not here. Our daughter is not here. We don't even know what state she's in. End quote. He said he was largely unconcerned with the statement. You know, we're shooting from the hip here and trying to do what we can. So I don't care about the statement. I care about finding my Gabby, he said. The Northport Police Department released a press statement with the latest updates regarding the ongoing search for Gabrielle. All right, well, this is so, oh, sorry. This is such a sad, sad case. So I'm going to post where to contact if anybody knows any information about the whereabouts of Gabby. And all we can do, you guys, is pray that this beautiful 22-year-old girl gets brought home safely. Or, I mean, hopefully pray that Brian speaks up. Something's got to give here. What's scary is the area in which she was last seen. I mean, okay, you guys, I'm done. Just pray, please. If you pray. If you're not somebody who prays, send some positive vibes out to the universe. Send some positive vibes out to Gabby. And make it so somehow he needs to speak up. She gets found, something. How scary. It's been, oh my gosh, it's the 15th today, so it's been 3 weeks. Just pray, okay? See you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching.